here we go. I never liked my intro. I always say something and then I end up not like. To mention again, this time we're reacting to F sharp, and somebody suggested this in another video, but I saw clips of it all over the internet, and we already know what he does here. He sings in F sharp, he's in F, which is crazy, but I just had to see it for myself. I had to see the whole context of it for myself. And as a plus, it is notated or transcribed by George Collier.
I've been having a little problem recently, which is quite disturbing musicalically, involving a semitonal discrepancy, vocally and instrumentally. You see, musicians of different varieties prefer playing in particular keys, and singers too treat preferentially those notes they tackle more proficiently. Now, you don't have to be a member of Mensa to understand the depth of my dilemma. The two elements of me favor.
He's playing with an orchestra too. This is already like crazy in my head. He has so many like weird rhythms and weird time signature switches. And I feel like it's because he's not really, I don't think he's really a sheet music guy. He's not really a strict music theory guy. So he just lets his fingers do what they want to do, and that creates like some really weirdly complex rhythms, and I love it. I really love it.
Two different keys, that's the rift betwixt my fingers and my tenor. I like nothing more than playing instruments in F. It warms the very cockles of my heart. The trouble is that F can leave me vocally bereft, you see. I like playing in F major. Singing in F sharp.
Oh my God.
F sharp. F sharp. I refuse to be beholden to my hands. I don't see why my larynx should give in to their demands. I'll not be forced to compromise my art. And so I'll just keep playing in F major and singing in F sharp. F sharp. F sharp. I'll keep playing in F major, but I'll keep singing in F sharp.
That's beautiful. I know it's a short one, but that's so beautiful. And this is really crazy too. I wonder why he picked F sharp of all things, because I'm not gonna lie, when I think of a dissonant key, F sharp is like the perfect one to do this with. When it came to me hearing notes, I think F sharp is the easiest one for me to pick out because it's so like wildly dissonant. Like no matter the context, I've never heard a context in which I've heard an F sharp and it sounded nice. Even in the key of F sharp still has like a dissonant sound to me. And maybe it's because I'm so used to playing in C major, and F sharp is like that tritone, and that crunchy, not even crunchy. Crunchy makes it sound almost good. It's just kind of disgusting, you know? But I like it. It's a good disgusting. It's like a sexy nasty, you know? It's really hard to like keep that sound of that note in your brain while playing at the same time and playing with an entire orchestra. It's wild. It really is wild. And I took vocal lessons. I've been taking vocal lessons for the past couple of months. So I've been kind of experiencing what it's like to have to aim for certain notes, to have to sing certain things. And I'm not gonna lie, singing a melody is not hard. Singing a harmony is where it gets hard, because that's when you're singing something that's not the main thing, that's not the main tune. And that's what makes it hard, because you have to position your brain in a certain way so that you're not aiming for the main thing, but you're aiming for either a third under that, a fourth under that. You're aiming for this sort of sub harmony or sub melody thing, or above the melody. Either way, you're aiming for something that isn't the melody, and that's what makes it difficult, because it's like you have to actually use your brain to do it, and that's essentially what makes it hard. And this is even crazy because when you're singing a harmony, you're still singing something inside that key. So now that I've done enough harmonies, it it's gotten to a point where if I hear a melody, I can create some type of harmony for it just based off like what my mental decides sounds right. And I'm sure that's probably something that comes a lot more natural for other people, but for me, it took a few months for me to develop the skill so that I can take a note and mentally think of a harmony and then execute that harmony with my own voice without like a reference, an outside reference of what that harmony should sound like. This is even crazier because it's not a harmony. It's not even a note outside of the key. It's a half step down from like the tonic. That's what makes it, I mean, a half step up from the tonic. That's what makes it crazy. Because when you're playing, you have to feel the notes, especially with his type of music. I know that a lot of it is very improvisational. I think I said that word right. It's very spur of the moment, So the way you have to internalize to have a note that's outside of the key, that's right there, but you're not playing that note at all in the piano part. Because if you were playing it with the piano part, it would be a different story because you'd have a gauge, but it's not there at all. And you keep playing in F major throughout the whole thing while having that F sharp in your voice. And then staying on the F sharp, holding it for that long. This one's not an F sharp, but the other ones, he holds them for like at least a whole measure. Holding it for that long is hard. Because even holding like a normal note that's a little bit dissonant, my mental has like the tendency to like shift in any direction I want it to, shift towards whatever sounds nicer, shift towards like whatever the normal melody is. So to be able to do this, you have to have it so deep in your brain. There are no long notes. You just lack confidence. Jacob Collier. Oh, the final note, F and 3/4 shot. In my music theory class, this kid would consistently write all his compositions in F sharp major and it would make the teacher so mad. He later says, it's just a bad key. I don't know how to explain. It's just objectively the worst key. I agree with that. And not only is it just like annoying, it's just bad. Like there's not much to say about it. It's the execution here. The execution here is so flawless. And I see that with a lot of Tim Minchin songs. He can just execute so well.
I like playing in F major,
but I like singing in F sharp, sharp, F sharp. I'm on it, right? I'm on it. Playing that into... What is this guy on? Okay, I'm done. Bye.